for the knife round takes place. We're here on Cobble, and these games are happening a little bit quicker than expected, but I don't think any of us expected it to go for the third map. We were heavily invested in Chiefs closing it out 2-0, but it went to Train. The Mongols asserted their position, proved their dominance, and they've come all the way through. Massive work from them. And actually, I think something that would have thrown Chiefs off a little bit there. Completely unexpected.
But yeah, to be honest, Chiefs 16-1 of Greyhounds. Greyhounds almost taking Mongols on Train yesterday. It just came down to those crucial elements, those force buys. And now, like I said, some people in chat alluded to Australian teams prone to tilting. They just need to reset, and that's a good way. Tucks ins.
Oh!
Instantly 3 headshots for him, so finding his form again, finally.
Well, headshots galore as Kidnap does manage to take down Malta. You're in 1v3. You're all alone. You don't have the bomb just yet. And the CTs, they don't have an idea of where you're going to come from. Kidnap taking it slow and steady, though. Looking around every single corner. And it makes sense what he's doing. I'm surprised we don't see Alistair try push around him a little bit, because they're all towards the same direction. Nice headshot comes in from Kidnapped. He knows the second one's there as well now. They're dancing around, but there's not too many bullets with the USP as Kidnapped finds the next kill. He's still got 50 seconds to work with. He's found 4. And Alistair here. He's coming through. Will he know where Kidnapped is? He just spotted him out. Did they see each other? This is madness. This is not Sparta. This is Cobblestone. It's Kidnapped. That was so touch and go. Was he going to see him? Was he not? Alistair poked out just at the right time. But a huge bit of work done by Kidnapped there. He was completely outnumbered, and he nearly manages to pull it back.
And he actually almost got that flick, but the wall just saving Alistair. And Chiefs, again, starting off so strong. Into with that 3K. Tuxka chiming in. And then Alistair with the clutch. But they would have liked it to have been a bit cleaner than that. 4 UMPs. Try not to get force bought now by the Mongols.
Yeah, Mongols. 1 AK up on machine gun. Tech 9 Deagle. CZ75s. Benins. He's already quite far forward. And Chiefs, they need to build up that confidence. They need to build up that stylish play that they've had throughout the rest of the games, throughout the group stages here. There's machine gun. Oh, he spots out ins. He knows where it could be coming from. The smoke goes down, though.
Nice buy, though, from the Mongols. Putting 1 AK on one of the players, rest with Tech 9s. Just trying to find that opening. Cobble's such a vast open map that you can afford to do this in certain situations. And across the map, Tuck's finding the opening with the UMP.
Enki towards Dropper, causing the distraction. And that's good because it allows the rest of his team to push forward onto the B bomb site and keep it a little bit split. You don't want all the focus being towards machine gun as he tries to utilize that AK. There's a big investment, and oh, In's got to be so careful there as he pokes out just at the right time. Gets dropped down a little bit of health. Nice work, though, from Enki. He's keeping him guessing. He's keeping him in position. He's dancing around with him. He's getting up close and personal. His machine gun finds someone. But Alistair straight away takes down Enki. Keeps the advantage. 1 man in favor of Chiefs, and this is so back and forth.
Good old auto director. No, a nice round there from Chiefs, just holding the time. We'll pick it up 2-0. And that's what's so good about the whole setup in general, is that when you play Cobble CT side, more often than not, you'll play 1 guy outside the drop zone. So I can't even draw. 1 guy outside the drop zone, and then obviously you've got 3 in a line across the bomb site. So you can pretty much, you can just lock it down, and you're kind of playing a retake of this area. You're playing a retake of the drop down zone, and then 1 guy on A is the rotate, and that's almost the perfect setup because you're not actively engaging those close angles. Drop is very hard to hold against a team with full utility, so you don't want to be there against 4 Tech 9s either.
Now, NCL got stabbed in the back by his teammate. He's already down on 28 health. I don't know about you, George, but that would tilt me massively.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday as well. In 2 games, I think I saw about 3 TK knives, just people slashing out spawn, right-clicking.
Just don't touch it. Just don't do it. Why? Don't risk it. It's not fun. I know you like to show off your nice knives, but don't stab your teammates.
It's almost like a tick
Yeah.
that the pro players have got.
To like see someone in front of them. Oh, stab.
Yep.
Must happen.
I'm just glad it's not on a round where he's invested and it is just a full Glock, because that would be even more tilting.
Well, NCL hasn't got much health to work with now, bless him. Teammates just wanted to get rid of him. Machine gun there with his AK, trying to make things work, but it's not going to be enough just yet, as the advantage is massively in favor of Chiefs. Tux finds on Alistair onto Kidnapped as well, and they're not even getting close to the site. Tux turns around, deals with NCL, and he's going to be laughing there, realizing that someone of his teammates, the T's teammates, have tagged up themselves.
Sorry, Karen.
No, just his machine gun there. Is he going to hold on to this AK? It's 20 seconds to go, but it just seems a bit of like a wasted investment here.
Well, yeah, I was going to touch on that as well. You can just tell that Machine Gun's almost finding his confidence again, because he's demanding these AK drops out of nowhere. And it's not something you see too often. You don't really see that style. You don't see that force of one AK. The rest of the team takes the hit with the full eco too much. I do like it, and if he was able to find a couple of openings, it does make a lot of sense. Now, do Chiefs stick with the UMPs, or are we going to go and swap them out for M4s? I would like to see them stick with the UMPs. Stack that economy, keep one in drop zone, maybe one close platform. There's no real reason to buy into this, and you can see across the board from the Mongolz, 2 guys, 0 frags, and the AK-47's rocking as well. So, yep, and the pings are still the same. That didn't affect Mongolz last game, as we saw, James. Dominant of the train.
Yeah, as we said, pings, as long as they're stable, they affect people less and less here in CSGO compared to previous versions of the game. And Alistair in a great position. Oh, he's going to wait. Nice shot there, just the right timing as NCL continues to try and peek out. But he will lose his life early on. That's a one-man advantage for Chiefs. Mongolz, they do not want to see a repeat of what happened last time these two teams played on Cobblestone.
Not the best way to start either. You've invested in AKs, you've got no utility. Tut's getting caught off guard towards the alley area. And still 2 UMPs in play, don't forget. So, Pex and Man from Malta need to get up close with these, otherwise they're going to struggle long distance. Again, Mongolz 49 seconds on the clock now. Nothing to really execute with. They got 2 smokes, okay, they can use them to try and do something on the bomb site, but Alistair is locking down that platform area with it all. It should be fairly easy for him.
No, he misses the first shot. He's being tagged up a hell of a lot as well, but he's got ins to back him up in the corner. And this is already going to force Mongolz back a little bit. And you'd almost think for Mongolz now that, okay, you're quite far away, there's only 20 seconds to go, you may as well just save all of your weapons, all of the utility you've got. How much can you really afford to lose?
Definitely would at this point. And I think you can see that's what they were trying to do, but Machine Gun's running back, and now it looks like they're just going to try and execute onto the bomb site, but dangerous for them, but they're trying to make it work.
Long run spray comes out from Malta with the UMP, switches up position. He hasn't got much health to work with though, and Zilk will find the first kill, and this could be it. This could be the huge way into this, and he gets the last one on the Malta. Amazing work from Mongolz to actually manage to even make that happen.
I just don't know how Chiefs threw away that round. They had all the advantages, and immediately, okay, they didn't buy, they kept 2 UMPs last round, so that's okay. They will be able to buy back into this, although we do see a scout coming back into play. More interesting than not, the Mongolz, like I say, 20-second execute, it looked bleak for them. Even Machine Gun getting caught off guard as well, so
it's always scary when it comes down to them last 20 seconds if they're even going to make it into the site. But he came off and did it.
Yeah, I just don't know how it happened. I think a lot of it came down to Alistair missing on that platform area. That was a big key in that round. Anyway, this round, he has got the scout. And he will be locking down A on his own. So, if you get that kind of retake setup I'd spoke about would be. Maybe Tux needs to think about rotating as well at this point. Definitely help out Chiefs. 3-1.
Mongolz, they take a slow, steady, Na'Vi-esque approach to Cobblestone here. A lot slower than what we expected, but There's so many little angles the Mongols have got to check to make sure there's no CTs hiding. Malta's got himself up in chicken coop. Are they going to allow him to get into the site here? Is this how they're going to play it? Are they going to play it from that far back? As Mongols aren't fully decided on a bomb site yet. The bomb's towards A. You still got 2 towards B. You're actually rotating over as I say that. Zenki. Very fast here. Pushes up. Flashes and smokes go over mollies as well. And this is their way in. Alistair unable to find anyone just yet with the scout. Tux has gone down. And they're all looking towards him. He's got to be so careful. He knows he can't poke it. They're just all over him. Inns found 1. Inns finds 2. Can he find a 3rd? As he's dancing around, machine gun behind the truck. Inns making it happen. Malta there as well. And it's all coming in. Inns finds another. Inns just putting in great work. 4 kills for him. Puts it into a 1v1. Silk left alive. Alistair should have an idea where he is and picks it up. Mongols looks so confident approaching that bomb site. They got in, got the bomb plant down, but they went almost a little bit too aggressive. Inns absolutely instrumental in that. And Alistair will pick up the defuse and the final kill as we see it go 4-1.
Well, Inns just doing massive work on the retake, like you said, but the main problem for Chiefs is they're not getting the control. They're sitting too far back. They leave one in the chicken coop area, and then the problem is when you go towards that platform, you need to, mid-round, you need to be dynamic and try and take control on the CT side. Try and take platform control, or at least middle control at least, and that's the issue. There's nothing really happening for Chiefs, so they're sitting so far back it allows Mongolz to execute onto them, but a bit of individual brilliance from Inns and 4-1. Still, I'd like to see them be a little bit more dynamic.
Now, key man to watch here is going to be Tux. SMG in hand, looking to stack up some money. They know they gave 1 round already to Mongols. They don't want to give any more. As Pex picks up 1, sees the second one jump out the dropper. But Alistair's all over him. Machine gun's there. He should have heard it, but Pex loses his head, gives away a gun. And this is an opportunity. Very nice from Machine Gun. Good reads across the board, but he's all alone. UMP, bomb and a flash in hand. Drops the flash out of dropper. He's so destructive here. Machine Gun making it work. Looks for the kill onto Inns, but Inns sprays him through that door. A lot of damage done, though, and a fair round from Mongols. It's just a shame they couldn't get the bomb down.
Well, it was close enough that the fact that Machine Gun could have actually clutched that. If Inns had gone down there in the door, that would have been very dangerous. But as we see, Inns 10 frags, 4 deaths, and he's leading the way. Finally, that's what Chiefs need. He's the main talent in this league so far. Or in this qualifier, should I say. And Mongolz looking to mix up. Fast flashes through the door. And already we can see Enki, he's gone straight through, Molotov down and found the first frag onto Alistair. So that's a good opening for Mongolz.
Yeah, fast to start here from Mongols, and this is how they want to play it. Bring the firefight towards Chiefs, punish them instantly, catch them off guard. And that's exactly what they've done. As Alistair and Peck have gone down. Zilk onto Tux as well. Chiefs, what's the answer? Inns finds 1, drops the flash out, but the rest of Mongols, they know they don't even need to push into this yet. A minute on the clock. They're in a 4v2 and it's only Inns and Malta left alive.
And that all stemmed off the back of Enki, just taking the initiative. 1 pop flash through the mid doors. And I'm not sure how NCL didn't get that frag. That's the problem with the Khalil. And
wow. Malta, he got that first kill. NCL fluffed it. They now don't even get the bomb down. It's only Machine Gun left in a 2v1. He does pick up the bomb. We'll go throw out the grenade, but... And this is huge because Inns is going the whole way around. No matter where Machine Gun goes, the CT is going to be pushing into him. And Mongols, it looks so convincing. They started off so well. Now, what you want to see Malta do here is cause a bit of a distraction to allow Inns to sneak up, but that's not going to happen as Inns has been spotted. They're now both going to have to force him. Machine Gun finds 1, looks for the second, going to drop the molly out as well. As Inns goes up high and he can't make it work. The sprays are awful from both of them. Machine Gun with just 1 health left, but he does go down. Inns picks it up, and what the hell just happened there? Who?
I'm not sure.
What? Why would you do that?
I think our observer's got a mind of its own, but still. Massive clutch from Inns, and
the fails.
So
if it's not auto director,
it's our producer, right?
it's our producer.
And the thing is I've on this desk got a very nice fade karambit set. So
We might have to put it to use.
yeah, so
We have to threaten the observer every now and again to make sure he stays in his place.
any more developer consoles?
But that was a very important round for Chiefs there. It started off so bad. They got absolutely abused, yeah? And they managed to make it work. All because NCL fluffed the first one with a Glil in hand.
But that's what I mean. Is it NCL or is it the Galil? Because the guy was running in a straight line. He could even like gone back in time and played Doom with just the keyboard and still made that frag. So I think it's the Galil. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Terrible either way. And he is sat on 1 in 7. So not the best thing. And unfortunately for them, that's going to put them in an awkward situation because, okay, they could have forced bought into this round, but they are going to full eco by the looks of it. And then just try and bring it back. And much like the train game, Mongolz were winning all the clutches and all the tight situations, all the force buys. And in this game, Chiefs looking dominant, and getting a stroke of luck on their side. That clutch from Inns, that 3K from Inns. And he's been the talisman. And Machine Gun still on form, still on point, but the rest of his team sloping off.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Mongolz there. The little glimmer of hope they had, it started off so well. But they couldn't close it out. They couldn't clutch it. Alistair starting off well, but it is only pistol round here for Mongolz. Tuck's already quite aggressive. Spots out one. Spray comes in. He gets the first kill. Nice use of the flash off the wall. Is it going to be enough, though? They keep pushing him. The relentless aggression coming in from Mongolz as they hunt to try and get a gun and get a kill here on the board. Inns finds one. Alistair's pushing up. Can't get the kill onto NCL, though. But NCL won't be able to push far forward yet to pick it up.
Pretty much done. Yeah, man from Melter. Only the one guy alive. PT-50 in hand. And I'd like to see Mongolz go back to how they played on train. More of that contact play, one pot flash through middle. That's the one round they did actually pick up Enki. Well, Enki should have been making it work. But then obviously Inns came in with the clutch. But they started off really well in that round, and that's all because they just very simple CS. And that's what Cobble's about. Just a default, nothing really fancy needed. Just a couple of pop flashes, and okay, you can do executes for sure, but if the basics aren't working, you need to make that start happening to even make Chiefs start over-rotating and move around.
Well, Mongolz now, Zilk, AWP in hand. He's got to come up huge here, and that's exactly what he did. Alistair did not expect that whatsoever as he goes down early on. The advantage favors Mongolz instantly at the beginning of this round. Can they capitalize off it? Can they push forward? Can they make this work? Because 7-1 is not looking good. They need to make this buy round work.
The thing here is man from Malta's I was telling you about it. Finds the frag onto Machine Gun. That's going to even up at 4-4, and that's the advantage Chiefs because now they've got all the information needed from platform, and it's all on Inns and Tucks in this alleyway area. Not to die. Play for info.
Silk again. Sat there with the AWP looking for a CT to make a mistake, and currently Chiefs aren't really doing that. Admittedly, Alistair went very aggressive. Nice timing here from Enki, catches Tucks as he does push out, and this is where Mongolz can find their chances. Because if Chiefs start going aggressive, that is when you can punish them. But as it comes when you're rushing them straight to the bomb site, Chiefs are just winning them duels every single time. And Enki will go down to the hands of Inns. Brings it back to an even trade, an even fight. But NCL down on 1 health.
Just not sure why Chiefs over-aggress and then give Mongolz a chance back into the round.
Oh, Kidnap eats a lot of damage. Zilk is there with the AWP. He watches him drop down. Zilk's got to be careful because he's out in the open. Nice kill from Malta. Nearly gets a second as well. NCL's got to come and back him up as Zilk misses the first AWP shot. He can't miss any more. He's got to be careful, and he's going to get USP down from Malta. The time runs out, and that was terrible for Mongolz. Why did you push into it when there was literally no time to work with?
Just big mistakes across the board by Mongolz. Waiting too long, trying to execute that Gambit / Na'Vi style. It's just not working out for them. The problem is I mentioned it yesterday time and time again. You get into these areas, and if you're going to play that style, you need to take areas of the map earlier on. You can't afford to be moving into those areas when you actually need to be executing the final tactic.
A good early start for Alistair, but he was out in open all by himself as NCL does find the reply frag. Now NCL here, he's just got to work it with Zilk. They're both pushing around at the same time, but Tux is all over him. That's the bomb as well. Smoke goes out, but NCL will comfortably push through it, and Tux isn't going to be ready for this. Gets shot down in the back. They will pick it up, and they'll take an advantage. As they can now try pushing to this side. Kidnapped in a great spot, finds the kill onto Inns, looks for the second one, knows exactly where Pex is, but has to drop the reload in. Nice kill comes across the board there as Malta now in a 1v3, and we've seen him do these crazy clutches, but is he going to be able to pull this off here, or is he going to go back and save? Rushing, he was just charging through like a bull.
At this point, they got... I was going to say they had quite a bit of economy, but because it's been coming round down to clutches, close rounds, they are going to be forced onto that eco. I would like to see them at least eco, maybe a couple of CZs in there. And on the other side, the Mongols looking to try and stabilize the economy. They stayed alive with 3 guys in that round. They mixed it up a little bit, but I do feel like Chiefs rather gave them it than they took it. And now they're finally mixing up. Finally mixing it up, coming into the bomb site. 5 guys execute all the way across the platform. That's going to be easy entry into the bomb site. And Chiefs, they gambled, they rolled the dice, stacked it all day. Barely
yeah, the spray is coming out across the board, and they got the bomb down. Mongols given a shot back into this as they now bring 8-3. Massive advantage still in favor of Chiefs, but their economy isn't strong. It is dwindling. They've only just been able to buy up into this, and they don't have too much utility to work with.
Something they could try is actually the boost towards drop-down area. And ultimately, I just don't think they need to do anything fancy. Just wait a little bit, use your utility late in the round, take control of an area, be dynamic like we spoke about on CT, and then just wait for Mongols to execute onto you, because from what we've seen so far in this map, they don't actually have the executes ready like they did on train.
Pex forced out of position from the Molotov. He had to give up dropper. The machine gun comes barraging through, but does get taken down by Pex. Pex nearly picking up a second, but NCL just gets the better of him. Starts spraying it out though, and gets the bomb. This is interesting as Alistair left unchecked. NCL just walked straight into him. Enki in the back with an AK in his hands, but Tux is there ready and waiting. 9-3. And Mongols, their economy's just about okay enough to buy into this again for one more round. But they've got to be careful here as it might go 10-3 unless they can pick up this round.
It was a lovely little tactic there from Mongols, to be fair. It's almost Fnatic-esque. You take the drop-down area fairly fast, one smoke to the left, pop flash goes in the window, and then you try and split the connector. The problem was Tux is ready in the middle and actually made it 2K with the M4. That's what basically shut down the round for the Mongols. But a good little tactic, well thought out, and I'd like to see more of that coming out from them rather than these slow-paced defaults. And looks like they're trying to find their confidence by playing the drop early.
And again, this drop play is working in favor of Mongols. It gives them a shot to get in there, and great read from Enki. Deals with Inns. And what has happened to Chiefs? There's just no defense at all there.
That's the problem when you're trying to play drop down a little bit too aggressively. No pop flashes to retake. That can happen very easily. There's no pre-Molotov coming out from Chiefs, and they're just giving up a little bit too easy. And the Mongols have recognized that. That's 2 rounds in a row where they've made the entries. Okay, they got a little bit unlucky with the split, but now they're just going back to basics, and that's going to force the Chiefs onto a pretty much full eco. You could have seen a Deagle maybe coming out from Inns. Yep, we do. And a PC-50, but looking at 9-5, and I still think Chiefs are in control of this game, but it would be nice to pick up the last round at least.
Again, that dropper room control. The Molly's just forcing the Chief guys out of position. Peck's already burnt down to 55 health. Mongols very up close and personal already. I wonder if the CTs will be ready for this. As Inns jumps across, he does get taken down. They now know where Pex is straight away. He loses his life as Alistair has managed to pick up Zilk. Gets himself an AWP as well. Thank God someone deals with Malta from that position, because I thought it was going to left unchecked. Now Alistair will hold on to the WP, but will the T's chase him down? That is the question. He's only 2 rounds away from the end of the half here. It looks like it's going to go 9-5 now for Mongols. If they can make it 9-6 after such a dominant start from Chiefs, that would be huge.
Would be, and we speak about those 9-6 halves. Pistol. Straight back in it. In fact, Chiefs on train, they had a chance. They won the pistol. They were 9-6 down. They took it to 7-9, and then they got force bought by the Mongols. So, good round. But Alistair, like you said, able to save this AWP. That's going to be key for them because going into next round, I don't believe they would have actually been. Okay, man from Mongolz could have bought one, but it's always going to be handy when you get to save one. And I don't think we'll see double orb anytime soon, or maybe he's thinking about it. But no. Good choice from him. Alistair will be rocking AWP. Pex with the UMP seems to favour these weapons in these close range angles, and I don't really blame him. It's so overpowered. We talk about Big Clan and Gob. Especially on Gob, we're using the Mag 7 a lot. Pex seems to do it with the UMP.
Mongolz here once again. They've realised B is the formula to their success. Getting that drop room control is key. That's exactly what they're going to try and do again. Zilk here got his AWP ready. Great shot onto Malta. Malta didn't even know what hit him as he drops and hits the floor. Mongolz again don't even need to push into this. They can wait for the CTs to make a mistake. Kidnap jumped in. Zilk looking for it, and he gets a second. Another clean headshot as Ins goes down. Alistair, what can you do? You found the first kill, but he can't get any more as Kidnap ends his life. Pex now in a 1v4. He's going to be chasing Enki down. Enki knows exactly what's going on here. Comes out at the right time. A little bit of a firefight. Machine guns there, backing him up. And 9-6 Mongols end the half in a more convincing way than probably anyone would have thought.
Well, they found the hole and dropped down. They're able to start to abuse it as soon as they've got the utility. The smoke goes on the left, Molotov goes below, and that means it forces anyone trying to hold it out towards the Windows area. And then they're just winning the duels. Man from Malta, I'm not sure why, but he just got caught completely off guard running towards the platform. And Zilk, he was just able to sit there with his AWP. No utility used against him, and they just look disjointed. But they are still 9-6 in the lead. And we are going to see more of an armor-based round. Tux is the only one with utility, smoke, double flash, and I think it's just going to be a fast rush to drop down. That's just straight in there. Kidnapped. Reply instant.
Huge work from Zilk there as well. The USP headshots galore. And these guys know how to utilize it. As In's the last man left alive. Gets dropped instantly. And what a very convincing pistol round here for the Mongols. The Mongols, they've come back with the aggression. They've come back with the confidence. And Chiefs just didn't stand a chance.
They've just won the last 4 rounds in a row, if you count the last 3 T rounds. And Chiefs, again, we see this Tech 9 armor buy coming in from them, and I just hope they utilize it to good effect. But no, impressive turnaround from Mongolz.
Now Tech 9 in the hands of Chiefs, and George, they're doing it again. They're a bit spread out. Is this a potential of just wasting the force?
Definitely think it is. It looks like they want to try and split A through the drop down. You send 2 guys down there. The problem is instead of vesting in utility, they've all gone Tech 9 armor. Now, I would have rather seen 1 Glock in utility and the rest on Tech 9, so you can assure that drop down tape. Because at the moment, you're going to run into 2 M4s, and that's not going to be enough.
Chiefs here, they need to make a decision. If they push on to A now, there's only Zilk for them to deal with. And because they're taking so much longer, the Mongols are getting set up and ready for it. Zilk's in a good position behind the truck though. As he gets the first few shots out, the nade's going to come in as well. Nice shot from Alistair though, deals a machine gun. Zilk still trying to fire back, but he's on low health. He's dancing around. Tux goes looking for him, but he still finds the kill. Alistair's there waiting in the wings, trying to dance around as he gets to A ramp. Can he pick up a second as the Mag 7 of Enki does finally find the frag, does get the kill, picks up the M4 from his teammates as well, so saves it a little bit there. But Mongols now bring it to 9-8, and they have a chance here to get it even Stevens.
Nice little bit of damage done, but they just took a bit too long to execute that tactic. Like I said, if they had some utility, they could have split A through the drop down, maybe forced some rotates, but instead they just ran If you're going to run Tech 9 armor, I'd rather you do something fast and try and force the issue than go really slow like that. And this is going to be a bit of a throwaway round, so full Glocks in hand. Best you can hope for is maybe 1 or 2 frags. Just try and get that Mag 7 off of NQ. Okay, you can rebuy it, but using that weapon towards drop down. I believe a timeout's actually been called, so it'd be interesting to see if Chiefs have done that or if it's going to be more of a tech. I'd like to think it's a bit more of a tactical. 9-9, everything to play for. 6 rounds either way will decide the series. 6 rounds for Chiefs will actually save my unicoins and my balance.
Do you know what's crazy here? The Chiefs were up 8-1 at one point, and now we're at 9-8. Mongolz, you've got to give it to this team. They have played so well. They've pushed back at every single opportunity. And Chiefs, just when they feel like they've got it, start to allow it to slip away. We saw on train absolute dominance from Mongolz. They fought back on Cash, and now here on Cobblestone, where they'd previously lost in the WCA to Chiefs, Mongolz are now going to look to bring it up to 9-9.
The question I've got is, where has this performance come from? Because we saw them in the group stage, they look very disjointed, they're losing all sorts, like they're 16-4, 16-2 their opening 2 games. And now we're just seeing a completely different side. They look together, they know exactly what they're doing, and they, okay, it was Chiefs that called the timeout. So what do you do here? You can buy full air case. The problem is NK with that Mag 7 can be very troublesome. If you go towards platform, you can be there, that's an instant kill for him. Go towards drop if he's close. You need to flush him out with utility. I'll be interested to see the approach they take going into this first buy round. Very important round as well, because this could swing the economy either way. Machine Gun actually rocking the AWP. Surprised that Zilk's not on it, to be fair.
Yeah, swapping it around a little bit, and Chiefs, they've still got 3 remaining timeouts to call if they need to. But they've got to make every single one of them count. They can't let this slip away from them. Mongolz, they can just be sat there, currently not laughing to themselves, but feeling pretty damn confident with how this has all come about.
Well, Chiefs, they need to bring Pex into the game. He's currently sat 4 frags, and when you were 8-1 up, that's a little bit of an underperformance there. And on Mongolz, it's not actually Machine Gun that stepped up, it's Kidnapped. 19 frags, 11 deaths. We weren't saying his name much on train.
No, not a name that we normally see up there, but he's putting in the work when it counts here. Mongolz want this, but are they going to be able to hold it as we see Chiefs get onto this bomb site? Molter starts off well, but NCL's there. Backing it up, we see it go to and fro in the bomb site. The bomb will go down. Nice shot from Molter as he picked up a 2nd kill. Zilk snuck his way through, but are they ready for him? He's got a lot of utility to work with here. He has been spotted out. Molter finds him, and he's going to have to run all the way around, ducking and diving to avoid the shots. Been dinked down to 17 health. It's not looking good for him. He's got to find 3 kills or try and run away. And it looks like he's going to try and run. He tries to go. He gets tagged down to 8 health, but he will live to fight another day. But Chiefs finally, with a gun round in their hands, do manage to pick up a round here. And, well, Mongolz, it's not completely sealed for them just yet.
Well, I'm laughing because you sit here, you analyze these games, you know, you break it down, a tactical timeout, what they're going to do, guys, and then they rush B. So
they went there, they went, what's the most conventional tactic? Let's learn from our Russian friends.
I mean,
rush B.
It works in a way because obviously they knew that the Mongols, well, the Mongols should have had money for utility and the Molotovs. I think it's just one of those things that they were probably like, yeah, they're probably expecting a default and we're just going to rush B. And you see, this round they're taking a much more methodical approach. It's nice to see that it still works.
Sick of black and all that.
Rush B, guys.
Remember, guys, if all else fails, rush B is still the fallback strategy of the world.
Can you imagine if a major was run on that?
Gambit pull out. But Inns starting off strong. Mongolz, they do have a buy here and they've got to make it work. As NCL finds one through the smoke, Tux is going to go to the plant, yet he's surrounded by CTs, and that's not the decision you want to make. 2v3, but Alistair, doesn't matter if there's smoke in front of him, he still finds the kills. He's looking towards Dropper. He just gets spotted out by one. Molly goes down. Nice kill from Pex. 1v2. And Enki only got a Mag 7 in his hands. Will go down. Alistair absolutely instrumental with that AWP. Gets the kills in across the board. And that's how you make it work. That's how you make it happen. That's how you push back and give yourself a chance back into this.
Well, what's nice about that round is the previous round they rush B, that's perfect, and then they do basically the same thing, but they slow it down, and then they get the line of smokes across the bomb site, and that blocks off anyone. I'm not going to draw circles. That blocks off anyone coming around this area, so that leaves them, anyone locked to this side of the fountain, it leaves an instant kill, an instant trade for the terrorist side. So smart play from Chiefs, and that's 2 rounds back-to-back, convincing rounds as well. And that's going to force the Mongolz onto this full eco. 1 pop flash in hand. I do like this stack, though, towards the A-bomb site.
Now the key here, if Malta can find him with a Mag 10. Nice push attempt there, but Tux is dealing with it. He has no problem with fighting back. Machine gun goes aggressive. Tux! Nice little ace for him. They were all on eco, but that's going to give him a little bit of a confidence boost as we see it go 12-9. As Chiefs now, guns in hand, want to ensure they close this out as soon as possible. They don't want to give Mongolz any chance to come back into this.
And I'm interested to see, they've rushed B, they've gone slow B with the smokes, and I want to see if they've got a fake ready for us, because it seems like everyone is going towards that area again, so maybe they're kind of fake. No, it looks like they're just going thick and fast.
They're back to the rush B. They're back to the confidence plays as Enki, he's got to see what he can do as he takes down Malta. NCL sat in the flames. Oh, and it doesn't put it out instantly, so he has to suffer a little bit as it bounces. A lot of health lost, but the T's haven't made a decision on where they want to go yet. Up high and Kidnaps, finds one. Machine gun onto Tux. It's not looking good for Chiefs as Alistair and Pex, the only guys left alive. Pex finds one, but he's quickly taken down by NCL. Alistair with the AWP can't do anything there, as Mongolz do pick up the round, and the rush B tactic didn't work this time round.
The difference this time, they just didn't find the trades. Last time the same pop flashes go off, it was still a good execution, and just unfortunately for them, when they went on the bomb site, they weren't able to initially find those first frags toward the fountain and speedway area, and that allowed the rotate coming in from Mongolz. So, Chiefs need to readjust, rethink it a little bit more. I did like that slow B they did before. They haven't utilized drop yet, so maybe that's an option for them as well.
Now, Chiefs, they've invested fully into this. Everyone's bought in with AKs, but they even got Alistair up on an AWP, so they've got to be confident they're going to take this next round. And if they force Mongolz back a bit here, Mongolz already down on the UMPs, you're going to upset the economy of them again. And this is how they've got to play it. Oh, Silk finds the kid onto Tux, puts himself in just the right position and will switch it up instantly. Looks to see if he can find any more of the Chiefs players making their way to the A-bomb site.
This is the danger of slowing it down. Chiefs aren't very good clearing out the AWP. Zilk's always finding those frags, but that's a nice trade back from Malta onto the B platform.
Now it is 4 versus 4. NCL getting aggressive here. Going to try to grab some information. They want to know if it's favored towards A or B, because currently they know they're split. Kidnaps up with a P. The UMP, as Nick said, P250 there as he sprays it out. Can't find a kill, but they do now know where he is. And his in's going to check for it. He should have an idea. Sprays it out with the AK. It's backed up by his teammate. Kidnap goes down. The flash causes him some problems. Malta been taken out in the process by NCL. Enki's found one. Nice work from Zilk as well. He closes out the round with 2 swift AWP kills. 3 health left despite standing in the flames. And it works in their favor as we see it goes 12-11.
Chiefs had all the openings there as well. They had smoked off the doors. They missed the Molotov towards the back right area. So that allowed Zilk to drop down. And that ultimately gave him the openings needed. But still, a good idea from Chiefs. Working it back to A. Okay, they lost the first frag, but then Malta was able to trade it back. But NCL pushing up to that platform gave them a lot of information. And I'd maybe like to see them utilize drop a little bit more. Next buy round, just try and force Enki out of this position. And then maybe split A from there. Saying that, their slow bleed around was very effective, and wouldn't be surprised if you see them go back and do that.
Now, one thing we haven't seen from Chiefs is them to execute onto B with a good amount of flashes and smokes, throw it over the top, get the positionary side of things sorted, and really push their way in comfortably. Currently, they're just rushing in like we're seeing here onto Dropper, and well, Zilk's found the first kill. Kidnap's there, backing him up. Nice spray down for Kidnapped. And it's only going to leave Tux with the bomb in his hand. Confused of where he might want to go now, because there's 5 CTs looking for him.
Well, we have seen that one execute where they did utilize the smokes. But the problem being is, last time they rushed B, again, the pop flashes were good. Everything was good in the initial. They got out, but then they weren't able to make the frag quick enough onto the fountain area, and that's where the problem came in. So timeout comes for Chiefs. I'll be interested to see what they do here. They have got room for a glass cannon, but I wouldn't favor that in this situation. The key for me is shutting down Zilk. He's at 20 frags, Kidnap 24. A machine gun is actually down at 11, and behind the 2 top fraggers is Enki at 18. So proving that Mongols aren't just a one-man army, they can all go off when needed to. But Chiefs need to lock down Zilk, but this is the round that's probably going to define the game for me. Because if Chiefs aren't able to adapt and they get locked out again, this could spell the end.
Well, AK's across the board here for Chiefs. Molly on every single player. Could we see them just try and abuse and push everyone on Mongols out of position and catch them off guard? I'd like to see them try fight back a little bit more in Dropper. As we sit at 12-12, it's even Stevens, and Chiefs narrowly hanging in there as Mongols continue to pick up round after round.
Oh, the Mongols have actually got a timeout on the back of that. So that's interesting.
They wanted a little bit more time. Just to let it sink in that Chiefs, we are still here. We still are able to push you around a little bit.
The weird thing is as well is that because it's online, you can utilize that as like a double timeout as well. So the Mongols, they don't really need to change anything, if I'm honest. Like, Zilk, work towards the platform. Maybe figure out how to stop that B rush in case it comes in again. But I think the Chiefs are going to just slow it down and try and work into that. That A tactic almost worked out. It's just they missed the Molotov. Gave Zilk another opening. So I'm not too sure which way this is going to go. There's one way I hope it goes. Oh. Timeout's over. Freeze time ticking down. Let's see. See what they've decided.
And this is what it all comes down to. This is the defining moment for both teams. Chiefs have to make this work. Mongols, they need to just keep this up, and instantly we're seeing the boost come in. We haven't seen that be used yet. If Enki can catch one of them off guard, that's going to be the start they wanted, they dreamed of going into this. Have Chiefs fought up of anything they can do here off the back of the pause. Machine gun, don't be tempted to go too aggressive. Don't allow yourself to get caught off. Zins is spraying away there through the smoke, trying to find lucky kills. Enki fires back for Tux, putting in the work, and Dropper picks up 2. He's eaten a lot of damage, but he's done the work needed. 4v3. Mongols on the back foot, and they now know that they've got to be careful as the rest of Chiefs are starting to make their way towards the A bomb site. Tux still distracting towards Dropper, keeping him at bay, keeping him busy. Oh, beautiful angle and a great shot there from Zilk, though. Alistair goes down, and that's going to even it up as Tux, he makes the noise. But he still gets the kill despite being on 19 health. That's 3 for Tux. Big performances coming across the board here as Pex finds Silk. Now in a 2v1, and NCL. Last man left alive for Mongols. Bomb will be planted. It's touch and go, it's back and forth. NCL very close there, but it couldn't make it work. Did dink Pex down to 8 health, and Chiefs, they do live to fight another day. They do have the money in their hands, while Mongols, this is really the last shot for them.
Well, they will be able to rebuy AWP, double AWP actually now. This is this is going to be interesting. Will Chiefs be expecting that? We said they needed to work drop down. They finally did. The smoke, the Molotov, good placement. Tuck's able to capitalize and get 2. So, the question is now, Mongolz have adapted. 2 AWPs, Mag 7 for a Swaggy 7. Let's see. This round is really pivotal, like you say. It's such a heavy investment. This would surely be the last full bite for the Mongols. So, game on a knife edge, especially at 13-12. It's not really the split decision you want to take at this point. Say, okay, boys, we're going to double AWP. Potentially is this round, that could be 14-12, then we could go on to game point. So, massive, massive round ahead of us. And slowly but surely does it. Chiefs, it looks to me, 1 minute, 2 seconds on the clock. It looks like they want to execute this slow B round. This is what we saw before. Molotov smokes come over, and then we go. Inns, can he find the entry? He's going to see one for drop down, but not able to connect the frag, and that's 2 for Mongolz.
Now Malta's got himself in a good position here. Is NCL aware of it? He's behind the door waiting as Silk's gone down. This could be huge. It's all going to come down to what Malta can do here. Or will NCL get the better of him? 3 versus 4. And there's been so much put into this round for Mongolz. Enki up close and personal with a Mag 7. Tries to do the damage there. But can't get the kill as Malta finds it. Alistair onto NCL. 2 versus 3. The bomb will go down, and Chiefs will look to remain dominant as Alistair finds a kill onto Kidnap. Only machine gun left, and surely he's got to save this. Surely he's got to run away. As we look to go 14-12.
He needs to do everything in his power to save this AVP. You're absolutely right. And the first 2 frags did come in for Mongolz, and that was really important, to be honest. They did really, really well. Inns jumped through the smoke. He saw one straight in front of him and got blinded off his own team flash. And at that point there, 5-on-3, I think it was good for Mongolz. But then, Mad from Malta, he got behind them, made the openings, and that was key. He actually made 1 extra frag on 18 HP as well, so not the best. And look, as you see, the Mongolz, you can see on the scoreboard, broken, like I said, that, okay, we're going to have an M4 come in, but this is going to be a force. Do we force here, boys? Or do we just take that full eco and try and play for overtime? And they've said no. And they are going to take this AWP because he saved it and going to force because of that. That's probably the big decision there. Machine gun able to hang on to that AWP being key. And actually, I can smell like our producers made food, and that's making me very hungry, James.
Looks like they're not sharing either, George. I think we have to deal with that.
Right. Spoke about the carrot on my desk.
Put the pressure on the producers always here. As Mongolz, they need to make this work. They're stacked up. What is this positioning? Machine gun finds it, but he does go down instantly. Kidnap there as well. So back and forth, but Enki, the only man left alive, Mag 7 in hand, gets 1. But he's still got 2 more to find. Picks himself up an AK. He's got 39 points of health. He does have the armor, though. And both of the Chiefs players towards the same direction. Surely Enki won't be able to guess what's about to happen as he gets tagged down to 13 health. It's looking dangerous as he's going to have to duck around here. How is he going to take this fight? They both poke out. Great timing, great teamwork. And we see it go to match point 15-12 here as the Mongols have very limited money and Chiefs look to close this out.
Well, they wanted to do it. Machine gun saved the AWP. They thought they had enough in the tank. They got the M4 down on Zilk. And they believed it would be enough. And that's going to put them in the awkward situation now. Instead of full ecoing, they could have had a 4 by now. Put them in 2-4 situations, and that's 4 UMPs and a Mag 7 on Cobble. Quite a long range map. So if I was Chiefs, I would know this situation and try and work towards A. And you can see 2 guys working B platform. The rest will be actually holding towards this. So all in their fate, all in the hands of Chiefs to win this.
Oh, Zil faced, but he still manages to get the kill. He's completely blind, but he will go down at the hands of Tux. That was crazy close as machine gun. Did he just get spotted out there? He just jump back round, but he won't be spotted. He won't be killed. Mongols, their only hope is to push this into overtime. They're going up against the full arsenal of Chiefs. Lots of utility. All the weapons, all the AKs in their hands. A machine gun. Pushing positions, going to give him teammates a lot of information. The Chiefs are probably heading towards A. But will he take the risk? Will he go a step further? Will he push forward? The Chiefs get ready to execute. Onto the A bomb site. Flashes and smokes ready. Kidnap finds one, but he's taken down by Tux. NCL getting aggressive there as Enki's very low on health, and this is good. They're coming to back each other up. The damage is being done, but Alistair comes from behind. Only machine gun left. The bomb will be planted, and there's not much machine gun can do. 7 health. He picks up the AK-47, but he's got to find 2 more kills. He's ready. He's waiting. He doesn't know where they might come from. Drops the flash up. Throws it over. It does get him. But he can't find the kill. And Tux will clean that up nicely as we see it go 16-12 on Cobblestone. And Chiefs take the win. And they will move forward just another step closer to the grand finals. They're now in the upper bracket finals. And Mongolz will go to the lower bracket. But what a great game to start off the semi-finals here for the WCA. And Mongolz, you've got to give it to them. Absolute credit. They fought hard on Cash to try and bring it back. They dominated on Train. And every step of the way, they were pushing back here on Cobble. It just wasn't enough.
It just, if they play like that in the lower bracket, I see them making it all the way back through because they looked very good on Train. They were dominant, in fact. The difference on this map on Cobble, they just lost the key rounds, whereas on Train, they won them the 4 spies. Ultimately, it came down to, in the end, that decision. Okay, we saved the M4. Do we try and force buy into this and play our cards, or do we eco and then just try and push it to overtime? And they backed themselves to try and take it 16-14. Didn't work out, and that's the situation you leave yourself in on Cobble. But Chiefs, I like the executes they had. The B execute was perfect. The rush was even well timed. You know, it wasn't just like a matchmaking rush. It was good flashes. Just ultimately, the clutch situations came down to Chiefs and fair play, and Unicorn safe.
just about. A little bit touch and go there. But we're going to take a short break. Make sure you head onto unicorn.com and place your bets ahead of the next game. We'll be bringing you the world-famous odds breaker very soon. We'll find out exactly when the next games are going to take place. I believe it's due to start in about 20 minutes or so we won't be away for too long. And remember, if you're from the UK or Australia, head onto unicorn.com/deposit. Place your bets, deposit your money. We've got some bonuses in there. If you put $600 down, you can get $1,200 back out. So a massive double up potential. If you want to throw around big money like that, you can go smaller. It's completely up to you. Remember, if you're not from the UK or Australia, you can head over to unicorn.com and bet with Unicoins. Go check it out across the website. And make sure you drop a follow on our channels. Make sure you drop a follow on Twitch because we're giving away 1,000 Unicoins later today.